What is up, you guys? Sam Dog, the infamous 253, with Dallas Stewart back in Dallas's apartment. Dallas, how you doing?
Doing good. Week 12. Here we are.
Here we are, week 11. Dallas, you went 10-4 by.
10-4.
You went 10-4 by virtue of the split. I went 9-5 by virtue of the split. Dallas won the split. Not bad week for either of us, and now
we bounced back from week 10. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, because week 10 was an absolute shit show.
Yep.
And now we're on to the week 12 picks of the 2022 NFL season. First we want to be the first to wish you all a happy Thanksgiving coming up in a couple days, wherever you may be celebrating. So me and Dallas want to also be the first to wish you guys a happy Thanksgiving.
Yep. Have a safe and happy Thanksgiving, everybody out there, all the viewers.
Yep, and now to start it off, we're going to start off with the 3 Thanksgiving games. First off, Thanksgiving game number 1. We got the Buffalo Bills staying in Detroit after beating the Cleveland Browns, taking on the Detroit Lions, who surprisingly came out and just steamrolled, and I mean absolutely steamrolled the New York Giants in MetLife Stadium last week. One that we did not think was going to happen, and obviously C.J. Ruthless had this as an upset, and the Lions certainly pulled off the upset over the New York Giants. But this time they're taking on a much, much, much better and tougher opponent. But I think the Lions have proved that the Giants are probably frauds this year.
Yeah.
Like you said. With that being said, I'm taking the Buffalo Bills to stay in Detroit and just steamroll the Lions, and the Lions are going to be in for a big-time emotional letdown. So I'm taking the Buffalo Bills in my lock of Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Bills.
Yep.
Big. I'm not going to make it a lock, though. But the Lions definitely have been playing well, but I think they're due for probably a loss. And the Bills, I think, are going to want to make a statement on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, and they'll be their second straight game playing in Detroit because Buffalo got snowed out with all that snow.
Yeah, one of them was a home game. This one's a road game.
Yep, back-to-back weeks too. Who would have thought that would have happened?
Yeah.
All right, up next we got the New York Giants going to Jerry World in AT&T Stadium for Thanksgiving game number 2 to take on the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys just absolutely just throttled the Minnesota Vikings in Minnesota 40-3, an absolute blowout.
Yeah.
I mean, Vikings had a lot of momentum, with when they only had one loss until last Sunday. You were there with us on Red Zone. We were just saying, stop showing this freaking game.
We got tired of them showing it.
It was just so boring. It wasn't even close at all.
I mean, the Vikings didn't even show up. That was a surprise.
Yeah.
That score.
And obviously the New York Giants got rolled at home by the Detroit Lions, and they might be and like we said, frauds of the season. And guess what? I'm going to take Dallas to steamroll the Giants. Last time I got Dallas Cowboys. Last time beat them with Cooper Rush, and now they got Dak Prescott back, and I'm going to say Cowboys complete the sweep with 2 different quarterbacks. Give me the Cowboys.
I think the Cowboys hand the Giants their second straight loss, and they complete the sweep of the G-Men.
Yep. All right, up next we got the New England Patriots for Thanksgiving game number 3. New England Patriots in Minnesota taking on the Minnesota Vikings, like we mentioned. Absolutely destroyed by the Dallas Cowboys at home last Sunday. The game was so boring, we just were saying, stop showing this freaking game and keep it on the 2 good games. And meanwhile, the New England Patriots, close battle with the Jets, 3 for 3 for a while, all the way up until like the final 25 seconds of the fourth quarter when Marcus Robinson? Who was the guy that took it back?
Marcus Jones, I think.
Marcus Jones, Marcus Jones. Yeah, Marcus Jones, 84-yard punt return touchdown to freaking win it in the final minutes. And our reaction to that was pretty freaking insane. You could check it out on our Red Zone reactions in past videos. But Marcus Jones just freaking won it for the Patriots in the final minutes. But this time around, completely different story. They're taking on Minnesota. Minnesota's going to be very pissed about the way they got blown out at home by Dallas, and I think they're going to take it out on the Patriots. So I'm going to take the Vikings to bounce back at home on Thanksgiving. So give me Minnesota.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Minnesota to bounce back. They're going to be definitely motivated.
Yep. Go ahead. Yeah. And those are our 3. And those are the 3 Thanksgiving games. Now we go to the Sunday slate. First off, we got the Houston Texans going to Miami to take on the Miami Dolphins, and the Houston Texans got absolutely obliterated by the Washington Commanders.
Yeah.
Started out with a pick six. The Texans, they're going to be getting the number 1 pick in the draft.
I think the Dolphins were on a bye, weren't they?
Yeah, Miami's on a bye.
Yeah, the Texans scored a late garbage touchdown, but that game really wasn't close. This is an easy one. The Dolphins.
Yep.
The Texans are absolutely abysmal.
Yep, that's a pretty easy one indeed. Up next, we got the Cincinnati Bengals going to Tennessee to take on the Titans. The Bengals got some revenge for their Week 1 loss against the Pittsburgh Steelers. So, Bengals and Steelers split on the season. Meanwhile, the Tennessee Titans roll in the Lambeau Field, and they just stick it to Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. Derrick Henry had a hell of a game that day, and just freaking, he ran for a touchdown, and he threw a touchdown to Austin Hooper. Hooper had 2 touchdowns in that game.
This is an AFC divisional rematch.
Yeah, it is. Bengals and Titans. This game should be a very good one here, but Titans defense playing some pretty good football. Granted, they did give up a couple of Christian Watson touchdowns in Green Bay, but Bengals obviously still missing Jamar Chase. It's going to be a tough challenge for them. Granted, we know what happened last time in divisional when Burrow took all those sacks, and yet we're still fortunate enough that Ryan Tannehill shit the bed throwing that interception, and they were able to go down and get that game-winning field goal to pretty much win the game for the Bengals. But this time around, I bet the Titans have had this game marked on their calendar since the divisional. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take Tennessee to beat Cincinnati here. I'm taking the Titans.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Titans to get a little bit of payback for that divisional round loss. Yeah, this would be a good matchup.
Their defense is playing good, though. I got to give props to the Titans' defense.
Titans are have a comfortable lead in the AFC South, and they should be wrapping that up in a few more weeks.
Yep. All right, up next we got the Denver Broncos going to Carolina to take on the Carolina Panthers in a Super Bowl 50 rematch. Carolina Panthers in a close battle with Baltimore until Lamar Jackson was able to give them some cushion with that rushing touchdown and a couple of Justin Tucker field goals. So that was like a 13-3 win for the
a bit of an
Ravens.
Ugly win for the Ravens last week.
And meanwhile, the Denver Broncos taking the overtime and once again taking another L to the Las Vegas Raiders. Devontae Adams walk-off touchdown in overtime. Thank you, Las Vegas.
Yeah, thank you, Las Vegas.
Once again, scream that out on the stream if you were there on the
Broncos
stream.
still failed to get to 20. They've only hit 20 points, I think, twice this year.
And because of that loss for Denver, that jumped the Seahawks up to a top 5 pick, directly on number 5 in the draft.
Yeah, Panthers have the number 2 pick right now.
Yeah, but if the Panthers beat the Broncos, that will jump the Seahawks up a little bit higher on the draft board. Maybe possibly the number 2. So, but who's worse? Broncos or Panthers?
I would say the Panthers by a little bit. Both these teams are really bad.
But we can't overlook the fact that the Panthers did beat Tom Brady.
Yeah, I'm surprised the Panthers even have 3 wins.
Yeah, but
and I'm surprised the Broncos only have 3 wins. Yeah, I mean, they should definitely have more wins than that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take the Panthers to hand Denver another loss. Give me Carolina.
Yeah, this is a tough one. Yeah, who's worse?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Carolina.
Well, what the hell? I'll go Carolina. I wouldn't be surprised if Denver wins. The quarterback situation in Carolina is a mess.
Yeah,
I don't feel good about that, but I've lost all confidence in Denver.
This is a surprising toilet bowl.
Yeah, I would say this is the dumpster bowl of Week 12.
Yep, but go Carolina. We need you to win this game to make our draft pick better. Up next, we got the Chicago Bears going to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Jets. The Bears were split last week. The Bears were in that battle with Atlanta. At least that battle was a good battle, for one of our splits. The last splits we either whiffed on, we actually got a good one last week on Red Zone. Justin Fields played good until he hurt his shoulder and threw that interception. The play that changed the game, though, was the Cordell Patterson kickoff return touchdown, which Cordell Patterson now set an NFL record for most kickoff returns, I think it was, with 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
that was a gut-wrenching loss for the Jets.
because of the Patriots. That's right. The Jets big time gut wrenching loss when Marcus Jones took that punt and under the final minutes inside of the final 30 seconds.
I think
back
they're
for a
in
touchdown.
last place now, even though they're 6-4.
Yeah, all because they can't get past because Bill Belichick and the Patriots. The Patriots just own the Jets. Let's be real. Patriots own the Jets. But the Jets should probably be able to jump back up in the third place after this week because they're playing Chicago, and we don't know if Justin Fields is going to play because he hurt his shoulder.
Chicago's still not a very good team.
I'm taking the Jets.
I'm taking the Jets to get to a surprising 7-4.
All right, up next, we got the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Washington Commanders. We just talked about it. Our split game last week. Very good game, and Cordell Patterson's kickoff return touchdown got him back in that game, and they ended up winning it at the end, dinged up Justin Fields, and the Falcons got revenge for that for 2020.
Yeah, they did.
And meanwhile, and they're taking on the Washington Commanders, who basically, well, let's be real, they played the Texans. That was an easy win for them. But the Commanders, they're above 500 in the race in the NFC East, and
they're definitely in the wild card race, that's for sure.
Yeah, wild card, but definitely not to win the division. Obviously, that's either Philly or Dallas is to win, depending on how many times if Philly, drops a couple more games. We already know what happened with Philly. Philly almost blew that game to the Colts, but I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take Falcons are going to be in for a letdown, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take the Commanders.
Give me the Commanders to get to 7-5. They've really turned it around after a slow start.
All right, up next, we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers going to Cleveland to take on the Cleveland Browns. The Buccaneers are coming off of the bye week, obviously, after our game that we played against them in Germany, where they really took it to us in the
Were the Browns on a bye week last week?
No, the Cleveland Browns lost to the Bills in Detroit.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Browns, well, Browns are the Browns, but they're taking on Tom Brady again. This is an easy one. I'm taking Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I gotta go Tampa. They're starting to get it rolling after that comeback win against the Rams.
Yeah. All right. Up next, we got the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Ravens in a tight game, but ultimately pulling it out at the end against the Carolina Panthers, while the Jacksonville Jaguars were on a bye week after getting pistol whipped by Kansas City. Right.
Yeah, it was fairly competitive
for a little bit until Mahomes ultimately pulled away. Which was obviously going to happen. This is an easy one. Baltimore continues to roll. I'm taking the Ravens.
Yeah, give me the Baltimore. Yeah.
All right.
That's too easy.
Up next, our game. We got the Las Vegas Raiders coming to Lumen Field to take on the Seahawks. I will be at this game, pumping up the boys. So make sure you come in the player interactions, say what's up, and let's get the guys fired up. Obviously, we're coming off of our bye week after losing to Tampa in Germany, and the Raiders did us that favor, beating the Denver Broncos in Denver, completing the sweep. The Raiders just own the Broncos, but they're one of the more disappointing teams this year. And, thank you, Las Vegas.
I think the Raiders are the most disappointing team. That and Denver, probably.
But they still own Denver, though.
Yeah.
Let's be real. But thank you, Las Vegas.
Yeah, thank you, Las Vegas.
But now, we're going to have to pay you back for it by kicking your ass. I'm taking the Seahawks.
I'm taking the Seahawks. But this definitely has trap game written all over it.
Yep.
Seahawks better not sleep on them.
Tariq Woolen versus Devontae Adams is going to be one hell of a matchup.
The Raiders still have a lot of talent.
Yeah, Josh Jacobs, but I think we can shut down the running game. We got a good enough defense to shut them down. I think we can. I definitely know for a fact that we can rattle Derek Carr and whip off some sacks with Uchenna Nwosu, Shelby Harris, Bruce Irvin. A rematch of that 2018 London game, except Bruce Irvin was on the other side of that with the Raiders.
Yeah, this is a game we cannot afford to drop.
Yeah, but I'm confident that we can go into this game and. Kenneth Walker, I bet you, if Kenneth Walker gets going, I bet you Kenneth Walker will have a bounce back from that game. If we get him going early, it's going to be a long, long, long day for the Raiders in Seattle.
Yeah.
So yeah, Seahawks big at home. Not overlooking it, but I think we can take it to the Raiders and just give them a beat down in our stadium. I'm taking the Seahawks. All right, up next we got the Los Angeles Chargers going to Arizona, taking on the Arizona Cardinals. The Cardinals got obliterated last night as expected by the San Francisco 49ers. The Cardinals are the ass of the NFC West once again. It was obvious that they were going to get obliterated by San Francisco. And meanwhile, the Los Angeles Chargers last week, the Chargers lost on Sunday Night Football to the Kansas City Chiefs.
Fourth game.
They took on the Chiefs pretty tight the last couple of times. And they ended up getting swept.
Every time they play the Chiefs, it's a good game.
Yeah, but Travis Kelce, they could not stop Travis Kelce. And Patrick Mahomes just keeps hitting Kelsey.
And the Cardinals
Kelsey,
are just so banged up.
yeah,
They hung in there for about a half, but that was about it.
yeah. Let's be real. They were going to get obliterated anyway. San Francisco's just starting to peak, and they're just good, And now basically San Francisco's on top of the NFC West, which we expected them to take advantage of our bye weekend. The Tampa lost, but And plus, we still have to play them one more time Thursday night, which I wouldn't be surprised if they swept us. They're probably going to be the division winner as long as we're still competing for that wild card, which the season for the Seahawks has definitely overexceeded our expectations. Chargers-wise, though, we'll see. I mean, they're starting to get healthy. The Chargers are starting to get healthy, hence they were in that game for a little while with the Kansas City Chiefs. Another, like you said, back and forth game, but ultimately Kelsey with the game winner and Mahomes just doing Patrick Mahomes things and pulling his magic and keeping the Chiefs in front of the race for the AFC West, which they should win. But you know what? I'm taking the Los Angeles Chargers.
Yeah, give me the Chargers to get above 500 and pretty much put the final nail on the Cardinals season.
Yeah, Chargers are going to definitely, Chargers big in Arizona for sure. Up next, we got the New Orleans Saints going to Levi Stadium to take on the 49ers. The Saints beat the Los Angeles Rams last weekend.
Yeah, pretty much putting a nail in this Rams season.
Yeah, but I'm still not overlooking them because we still haven't played them yet. Meanwhile, the 49ers, I'll kick the living crap out of the Cardinals in Mexico City as expected. 49ers.
Yeah, 49ers keep it rolling.
All right, up next, we got the Los Angeles Rams going to Arrowhead to take on the Kansas City Chiefs, as we mentioned. Rams just they were the worst defending Super Bowl champion in history. And they lost to the New Orleans Saints just like we did. Chris Olave with a couple of touchdowns, and Jarvis Landry had a touchdown in that game too for the Saints. And the Saints just rolled the LA Rams. Granted, the Rams got garbage time points and ended up losing that game 27-20. But the Rams are the worst defending Super Bowl champ in history. They might be worse than the freaking 2003 Buccaneers
or 2016 Broncos
or the
2013
Ravens.
They've been ravaged by injuries, and it's really hurt them.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the Kansas City Chiefs in a tough battle, but in the end, end up pulling off the sweep of the Los Angeles Chargers, 30-27 in an absolute back and forth battle, or was it 31-27?
I think it was 30-27. It was a good game.
It was a hell of a game. Mahomes did his thing. Mahomes magic. Travis Kelce, obviously his go-to target, which Kelce arguably one of the best, if not the best tight end in the league right now.
This is a rematch of that epic 2018 game.
This time it's not going to be
It's not going to be epic.
Lock of the week, Kansas City rolls the Rams. I'm taking the Chiefs.
Yeah, give me the Chiefs to hand. I think the Rams I believe that would be like their 5th straight loss.
Yeah. All right, up next we got the Green Bay Packers on Sunday Night Football going to Philadelphia to take on the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles barely came back and ended up winning against the Indianapolis Colts 17-16. That was a crazy game. They were being held for a while by that Colts defense.
Yeah. The Colts let that game slip away.
Yeah, surprise, surprise. Meanwhile, the Packers taking on the Tennessee Titans and shitting the bed against the Titans. But Tennessee Titans defense is just good, and Derrick Henry just rolled them, including, like we mentioned earlier, he even threw a touchdown pass as well in that game.
Yeah.
Imagine if he would have also had a receiving touchdown, too, to do what Christian McCaffrey did earlier this year against the freaking LA Rams when the 49ers swept the Rams, where he threw a touchdown, caught a touchdown, and ran for a touchdown. Imagine if Henry had done that. But this is pretty easy. I mean, granted, the Eagles, barely.
I know they have not looked good the last few weeks, but
and the Packers obviously
they're having a bad season.
Packers is really bad season, but I'm gonna take the Philadelphia Eagles to get another win here and pretty much ice the Packers, not killing their playoff hopes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the Eagles here.
Give me the Eagles to get to 10-1.
Yeah, that Colts game must be a wake-up call. Granted, they only won by 1 point. And last but not least, Monday Night Football. We got
a terrible matchup.
Pittsburgh Steelers in Indianapolis taking on the Indianapolis Colts. The Steelers dropping that game to Cincinnati, failing to complete the sweep, and the Bengals pretty much splitting on the year with the Steelers, and the Colts blowing that game to the Philadelphia Eagles. 1 point loss, 17-16 loss at home to the Philadelphia Eagles. Whew, man, I'm gonna.
This is kind of a dumpster bowl.
Yeah, a primetime Monday night dumpster bowl.
God, the
but
Monday night slate has been bad this year.
with freaking Kenny Pickett still playing all right, and obviously them having T.J. Watt back, I'm gonna go favor the side of the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I know that the Colts are gonna have obviously still having Matt Ryan back with Jeff Saturday as the interim head coach. But a part of me just says T.J. Watt's gonna wreak havoc in this game on the Colts offense, and T.J. Watt's gonna have a big game. He had an interception last week, a crazy one too. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna take the Steelers.
Yeah, I guess I'll take the Steelers. That's a really bad matchup on a Monday night.
And no split this week. But
Yeah, it was close with the Denver-Carolina game.
yep. But knock on wood that Carolina can beat them and jump our pick.
Just because Carolina's quarterback,
situation.
Yeah.
But all right, there you have it. We got for the 3 Thanksgiving games. We got the Bills over the Lions, the Cowboys over the Giants, Vikings over the Patriots, and in the Sunday slate, Dolphins over Texans, Titans over Bengals, Panthers over Broncos, Jets over Bears, Commanders over Falcons, Buccaneers over Browns, Ravens over Jaguars, Seahawks over the Raiders, Chargers over Cardinals, 49ers over Saints, Chiefs over the Rams, lock of the week for the Sunday slate, Eagles over Packers, and Steelers over Colts. Anyway, that'll about wrap it up. Dallas, thank you for letting me come over once again.
Yep,
and
no problem.
continuing this, so that way we don't have any phone issues. I'll get this video uploaded as soon as possible, but we will catch you guys later. If you ain't with it, you ain't infamous, and as always, go Seahawks.